Well, hello again, friends out there in YouTube land. Rob here. Today I want to share with you my thoughts on the Ninja Foodi XL Pro. This is the big boy from Ninja. It's a smart toaster oven, convection oven, broiler baker. I think one word just doesn't describe what it does very well. So today I'd like to kind of demystify some of that for you. It's going to be a coffee cup kind of conversation, so go ahead and grab one of those. Let me outline the table of contents for you. Today I'm going to tell you what's inside of it, specifically what makes it work, what you get in the box, things like that. I might even roll some footage of the unboxing. I'll tell you what you can do with it, some of the capacity things, because this thing is huge. We'll go over the 5 things that I like, talk to you about how I use it, and compare it to a couple of the most likely competitors that you're choosing with over this device right here, and give you my thoughts on those and why I ended up getting this. I guess first of all, let's talk about this. This is the Ninja Foodi XL Pro, and it is huge. On the inside, you can see there's a nice light that pops up, 2 racks, a fry tray. There's additional 2 sheet racks and a broiler pan, which are in the washer right now. Maybe I'll show you some footage of that right around here. It's a beautiful rubber gasket that goes all the way around, which is nice because it means that the heat actually stays in. You can actually feel the pressure differential from when this closes. It almost creates a small suction, just like your refrigerator. Up at the top, there are 3 infrared heating elements. Down at the bottom, there are 2 infrared heating elements. And in the back right there, you can see that there's a fan, which is your convection function, and an additional heating element. My goodness. In this thing, which is huge with 4 different levels of racks, you can do multi-level cooking, 2 different temperature zones. You can cook a 12-pound turkey or 1 5 to 6 pound turkey and a whole basket of vegetables on the top rack at the same time, or 2 12-inch pizzas. We've got 10 different functions which you can cycle through the function setting, your time and your temperature with your double level set for your multiple zones. And it's really as simple as that to use. Turn it on, it begins to preheat. Within 90 seconds, you're ready to go. What do I like about it? Let me share with you those 5 things that I like. And before I get into that, let me just say I've actually tried to make this video 3 times. Each time I've tried to make this video, I have done it while trying to prepare a meal to share with you how well it cooks. The problem with that is I ended up making cooking videos, and I haven't published any of those. If you guys would like to see any of those, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. I don't mind sharing them with you. Also, if you see anything that's like here and you find this review helpful, don't forget to hit up the Amazon links down below, or you can even send me a cup of coffee through PayPal. The links are all down there. This is not a sponsored video, so if you thought it was, take a hike, because it's not. And I bought this with my own money. I don't know Ninja, they don't know me. I just think it's a really cool product and I've enjoyed using it. 5 things that I like. Capacity. It holds quite a bit. When we talk about food, when I get into how I use this thing, you'll see that, man, you've got these racks. This is big, right? This is huge. There's a lot of space in here, okay? And you can put things in from the bottom all the way to the top. There's quite a bit of space. And in doing so, you can cook a lot inside of there. And I like that a bit. So number 1 thing that I like about it is the capacity. Between steaks that you could broil with vegetables, or a chicken that you would do, or salmon, shrimp, as well as oysters in here. I've done oysters rock. How crazy is that? You can do all of that inside of this machine all at one time. In fact, I've even done a 4-pound roast prime rib, right? So I've done a prime rib in here and it turned out great. Really enjoyed it. Go ahead and put these in the back. Okay, next thing that I like is the ease of use. We talked about that earlier. Just by turning it on and selecting your function, it's very simple to get using. But more importantly than just getting started using with this, when I got this, I was actually looking for an air fryer. And when I saw the different air fryers, I realized that this was the device that would replace my 7-year-old toaster oven and give me the air fry capability. But what has made it even more useful than anything you could possibly imagine has actually been this extremely well-produced cookbook by Ninja. Man, when you talk about a device that gives it to you up front, these guys do. They teach you how to use this device. Now, if you think it's just an oven, you'd be wrong, because it's got so many smart features. It does more than just what your conventional oven would do. And if you're not used to cooking with 2 heat zones in an oven, I gotta tell you, there's a bit of a learning curve. This book makes it easy, and it comes packed in as part of the included items. My favorite page in here happens to be this one, which tells you how the unit heats on the different settings. That lets you select from your own choices of whatever you'd like to cook, the meal setting better. whether it's broil or whether it's pizza or bagel or whole air roast or air fry or something like that. It just allows you to know what heating elements and what kind of heat you're going to get. The next couple of pages forwards will actually suggest types of meals as well as cook times. We're going to talk about this later because it'll tell you the types of meals that will be done at the same time as the vegetables, the sides and the mains will be done at the same times. That's really helpful. And in the back, of course, there's actually an air frying chart, which will tell you all about different recipes or different foods and how they will cook. In between all of that, there's about 30 different recipes in here, and I've made probably 8 of them so far, 9 of them. The one I did do is this prime rib right here, and I'll roll some footage of that somewhere along there and share with you how it works. So this has been making using the Ninja Foodi XL really, really simple because it teaches you how to use it. I like the fact that it does come with everything that you want to use, from the racks to the cookbook. It even comes with a special cleaning mode, right? Called Easy Clean, and it doesn't really have this mode. It's just the way that it's made. Inside, from cook to clean, it's got all non-stick parts. The pans, the fryers, the sheet pans, all that stuff, even inside here, even on the crumb tray. It's all coated with a special coating that makes cleanup as easy as just wiping it off. I have not had to do any kind of scrubbing, even with splatter that's been baked on. It just is a very non-stick coating. I don't know exactly what they're using, but it's kind of magic, and I like it for that. Next thing I like about it, this is number 4, is that it's fast and powerful. It's 1800 watts, right? So this thing gets up to cooking quick, right? And because of the 2-zone heating, you can do a lot of things in here at one time and still make a really great meal. In fact, it makes it so simple. You just kind of prepare your meal and then put it in. And that's it. I'm going to talk about that in how I use it section coming up. But just know that this thing is fast and powerful. It's easy to use. And finally, not only is it easy, it's actually kind of fun. Because it's so powerful, so fast, and it gives you the ability to cook entire meals for a family of 4 or 5 in this device at one time, well, it just makes your whole preparation come together easy. And by doing so, you use fewer dishes. Like I cook in the sheet pans and I cook in the fryer baskets and things like that. I use very few stovetop components compared to what I used to use, which means that cleanup is even easier because I'm using fewer dishes, because I'm using the dishes that I'm already using inside of the machine. And I like that a bit. And something else about it that I enjoy, and this is kind of like a little bonus, is that, well, Ninja doesn't make these accessories expensive. I think a food rack right now is like $15, $14. You want to get another fry basket, that's $20. You want to get another sheet pan, that's $24. And that's a really great price. So you could have multiple sheet pans and things going in your Foodi XL all at one time. What that does is it means that you can cook easily and efficiently with your precious time and spend more time serving your food and eating with your family and less time trying to prepare and clean up afterwards. You should have to do all the cuts, and we're going to talk about that now. How do I use it? I use it pretty simply. I generally like 4 things to come with each one of my meals. I like 4. I like a main, I like a couple sides, and then I like a soup or a salad or a bread or something like that. If I don't do a soup or salad or a bread, then I'll have a 3rd side. I like to have several different things on my plate. I like to present that to the family. I also think that's kind of like old home-style cooking like my grandmother taught me. When you sit down to dinner at the table in North Carolina, there's just a lot of things to choose from, right? It's not just peas, corn, and a minute steak or something like that. You've got a rice pilaf, you've got a succotash of corn and lima beans and tomatoes, or you've got some barbecue and some hush puppies and some coleslaw, or you've got some mashed potatoes, or you got some french fries, or you got a mustard salad, side of greens, all kinds of things. There's lots of stuff to choose from. And I think that's going to make your plating look better. I think that makes your meal more enjoyable with your family because there's just more things for people to like and enjoy. So I go ahead and pick 2 or 3 things that I'm going to do as sides. I generally, when I first started using this, I did consult when your main food, like a salmon, would be done with asparagus. Those 2 can go in the same time, 390 to 400 degrees for 20 minutes, and they're going to come out at the same time. That means if you add some zucchini squash in there with that asparagus on the fry basket rack up top, while you're cooking the salmon in the bottom, they're going to be done at about the same time. That also means that if you want to go ahead and throw some shrimp in there with the salmon, Those won't be done at the same time. You can put those in the last 10 minutes in this instance of the 2-level cooking, and put them in somewhere on the same plate with the salmon after it's been cooking, and they'll be done up really nice. At 390 degrees to 400 degrees, the way this oven cooks, 10 minutes for the shrimp baking like that is not the same as 10 minutes in a skillet. They're not going to come out rubbery and chewy. They're going to come out perfect, especially if you've put them in a little baste of scampi or barbecue or something. And then I go ahead and begin my cooking. I actually begin the cooking by putting whatever's going to take the longest to cook and doesn't require preparation as knife work in first. Most of the time, that would be chicken. Some kind of chicken meal. If I have some chicken tenders or chicken breast, I'll go ahead and put those on the tray in the bottom and put them in and allow that to begin cooking. My other vegetables or things that I'll use, I will then begin doing my knife work and preparing. When I do that knife work, generally those things don't take as long to cook as the chicken. Chicken is one of those things that just takes a minute longer than everything else. And so I'll put those in closer to the end. So if I'm going to do chicken for 30 minutes and I want my vegetables to have 20 minutes in there, of course I'll let my chicken cook for about 10 minutes first, pull it out, flip it over, put my vegetables in, and put it all in for the last 20 minutes together. Bring it out, and it's all said and done. Corn is great for that. If you want to have some nice roasted sweet corn, put it on the fry basket, put it up top, and just let it do its thing. Spray it down with a little bit of oil. And that'll be where my, my pro tip comes in. The most helpful thing that you can do is make sure that you spray your items with a little bit of Pam or a little bit of spray cooking oil. Specifically things that are breaded, you want to spray them because it does need that oil to heat up in order to cook, but you're not going to be submerging it in oil like you would on the stovetop. But also this cookbook right here. This thing will get you started on cooking with the Foodi XL Pro and make you a pro at using it pretty quickly. It's not difficult to use, but it is a different cooking style than you're used to, or at least than I was used to, so I found it very helpful. Let's move on to the comparisons. Compared to the Cuisinart, well, the XL stands out because it's bigger, it's got more heating elements, and it can hold more food, and it's more powerful, 1500 watts on the Cuisinart. That's the chef prepared one compared to 1800 watts here. Now, when I saw these things online, I almost bought the Cuisinart because I thought it was the same side. If you're just looking at pictures online, you don't realize just how much space that this thing actually has. It is huge. Compared to something like the Oyster, the Chef Double Door, right, they've got like that. Once again, that looks big online. Go check it out in a Target or a Best Buy. You'll find out that this has a much larger capacity. If you're going to use this as an additional oven to help prepare meals for a family, 4 or 3 or more, this is going to be what you want just because of its larger capacity. If there was only one reason to buy it, it would be the larger capacity. But there's not just that one reason to buy it. Everything from the multi-level cook, from the 6 elements, from the convection, from the smart toaster oven, from the smart oven features, the air fry, all the way to its pre-programmed cooking modes, this device just makes it simple to get good food on the plate in front of your family and do it pretty quickly. I like it a lot. Guys, that's been my review. This time I did it. I was able to get through. I've rolled some video instead of teaching you how to cook with it. I've told you what I think about it. And that's the important part. I want to thank you for watching and remind you I'll catch you on the flip side. And don't forget, if you found any of this helpful, please use the Amazon links or PayPal links down below. Bye for now.